true. Something that'll break my heart in two. Something that'll break my heart in two. Something that'll break my heart in two. Something beautiful. Hey. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Find truth in those words with that feeling of inevitable sinking. So that you stay with me all through the night. Or maybe I was just dreaming. I went down to the water, I saw myself in it, but I couldn't pull myself out. Part of me died, yeah, part of me changed. And it's still in that river, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Well, good day, everybody, and welcome to the 39 Days of July, Day 5. We've got already 4 days down. That's pretty darn cool. A few little glitches happened, but we've been able to work them all out, and I'm sure glad that people are staying with us and tuning in. Already got a lot of followers. Remembering on YouTube, we started off at 0. I think we're in our 70s or 80s of people that are subscribed, which means they regularly go to the site. And on Facebook, it's kind of nice that we're doing the 2 of them because it shows up on your Facebook page. Once you've gone in once, it'll always remind you that we're going to be playing, right? So it's all sorts of neat ways to do it. And because I don't get the opportunity now to walk around with that donation box, if at anywhere along the line you feel like donating, you can either come down to the showroom, there's a box here, or you can do it through an e-transfer on our website, www.39daysofjuly.ca. It's also got our schedule up there, and you can find out all the great things that are happening, specifically starting this week when we're going to have Canada Day. And because it's on a Wednesday, when is the long weekend? In our case, it's going to start on Wednesday and end on Saturday. It's going to be a very long, long weekend. Top entertainment like we would have in City Square on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So do check that out. Stay with us because we're going to have fun. Now, one of the things we used to do in the park, for the last 8 years, we had a thing called Lunch in the Park. And that was sort of a noon hour, 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock show that allowed the artists that live in our valley that you see their names around a lot. You see them, it'll be in the paper, it'll be in a pub they're playing at, or a benefit, or somewhere along the line, you'll recognize the name. Now you can put a face to the name. And if you ever have an opportunity to have a function where you need a performer, and even in this times now, even to take 10, whatever your bubble is, these performers that we're presenting will go out for a fee, mind you, and help you put together a social distanced, wonderful party. Because, we still need to connect with each other, and that, music is one of the things that does do it all so well, right? Mm-hmm. Would you believe me? Yes.
Yeah, you bet.
So this year, what we're doing is noon hour and 1 o'clock, we're not doing the 2 o'clock one. We take a 2-hour break, so we'll do 2 hours, shut down, and come back again at 4 o'clock. And today it'll be Blues Tuesdays, Blues on Tuesdays. And the other thing is, instead of calling it, because if you've been to the showroom, we keep the lights dark and everything in the room. It's no longer Lunch in the Park, it's Lunch in the Dark. And Wednesday nights, instead of being Walkabout Wednesdays, are Talkabout Wednesdays, because that's what you got to do, is talk about it after you've seen the show from your location.
What's on the menu?
What's on the menu, yeah. But on our menu today is Kent Ball. This is very cool. He's out from Lake Cowichan these days. That's where he chose to live, and they're very lucky to have him out there. We got to work with him last year on the anniversary, the big
75th.
yeah, 75th.
Lake Cowichan 75th.
He was in charge of putting that together, the entertainment, making sure it all worked, because that's what he does. He does a lot of that. Has his own little PA and all that, and he can make those little parties, things happen. And it's kind of neat, because the band after you today, is Without a Net, and they're from Massachi.
Oh, hey. Well, we're getting hi.
This is the,
We're getting all the West Coasters coming out here. That's awesome.
They're all coming. It must be raining up there or something.
Give it a minute.
Give it a minute, yeah. Anyway, we're going to get started with the day. I want to thank Dr. Ted Cadillac and Trevor, all part of our crew that make this whole thing happen each and every day. Trust me, it's kind of nice not having to set up in the morning and not having to tear down, but it's got a lot of other things that have got to be done. But we're having fun doing it, and, we get to enjoy your entertainment as much as everybody else does.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Take it away,
John.
Kent Ball.
Yeah.
It's your hour.
Yeah,
45 minutes.
I want to start off by thanking the Duncan Showroom and their techs, Trevor and Ted. And John, my hat is off. What a wonderful job you guys do. And, these are different times. So my last live show was in Ixapa, Mexico, at a place called Frank's in February. And ever since, it's been sitting at home in my studio and playing to myself. But it's been great. I've enjoyed it. I've got a few tunes that I've written personally myself, and I'd like to share them with you today. This first song is called On a Rock. I recorded it in Nashville a few years back. Here we go. Sat on a rock on a hill by the sea, thinking what could only be the memories of you through all of these years, through all the joys and all of the tears. The wind across my face, you didn't care. 'Cause on that rock on a hill, my body was bare, standing to feel the breeze blowing my way. Looking into the seas, I saw your face. La 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 la, la 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 la. I wrapped myself in a robe made of white, hoping that I'd be down by the end of night. The bottom of the hill, it's only a dream. Dreams of you, it may only seem. La 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 la, la 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 la. Well, here we are, 39 days of summer, or of July, and so far we had a real cold January, and I'm telling you, I'm welcoming the sunshine. It'd be better than what we've had, so bring it on, I say. I'll play another original song. This one, it was co-written with my wife when we after we did a trip up to Tofino. Rhythm of the ocean wash my blues away as I breathe the sweet air in. Had a West Coast day. The salt wind kissed my cheeks as the sand got sucked below my feet. The powers of nature rejuvenate. Clear-cut logging was a big mistake. Can anybody tell the truth to me? Will anybody help me to believe there may be still a time for you and for me to hold on to what we've got? Oh yeah. Sunsets painted in the sky destroy such a sight and make you cry. A mermaid's purse found on the beach, entwined in plastic just beyond our reach. Starfish scattered on the rocks, starfish at what a cost. You walk with me and hold my hand. I pray to God never let it end. Will anybody tell the truth to me? Will anybody help me to believe there may be still a time for you and for me to hold on to what we've got? Anybody tell the truth to me? To me. All right. I'll pick it up a little bit and do a medley for you. I quit my job. Ain't got no money. I quit my job. I can't pay my rent. I ain't got no money. Gonna have to find me a new job. Well, tell mama and all the folks back home. Sometimes a man just feels he's gotta make it alone. You know what I mean? Tell mama why I'm leaving so soon. Nothing to do. Well, down Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way up among the woods, among the evergreen. Well, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood. There lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well. He plays his guitar like a red like out. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Johnny, be cool. Come on, Johnny, be good tonight. We're gonna shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Yeah, shake it, baby, shake. face, slap my name all over the place, doing the thing that you wanna do. Oh, honey, lay off my shoes, oh, don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Oh, you can do anything, lay off my blue suede shoe. Watch out. Thank you. Hey, isn't this great? You know, this is just fantastic. I've never played in the showroom. This is my first time. I'm definitely going to come back. You know, maybe, if I've got an invite. Sorry, just one moment. Atmospheric change. Still not quite right. Sorry about this. I think that's better. Here we go. First we would climb a tree, then maybe we would talk, or sit silently, listen to our thoughts, versions of someday, casting a golden light, no dress rehearsal, this is our life. That's where the hornet stung me. I had feverish dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight, smoke them out. You're ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. Stare in the morning shroud, and then the day began. I tiled your cloud, you tiled mine. Rain fell in real time, rain fell through the night. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. That's where the hornet stung me. I had a serious dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight, lock them out. You're ahead by a century. 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 Yeah.
disappointing is getting me down. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of you. Love lost is such a cost. You give me things that won't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, you can look in my eyes and tell that's true. Lullabies, look in your eyes. You run around the same old town. Does it mean that much to me? Does it mean that much to you? I've been first and last. You look at how the time goes past, and I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Oh man, look in my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, you can look in my eyes and tell that's true. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. That goes out to my dad that I lost in November of 2019. I'll play you another original song. This actually made it onto a wildlife program, a film actually, called The Toad People. I am a toad man. I wrote a song called The Three-Toed Boogie. You do the three-toed boogie, and you're hopping for your life. You do the three-toed boogie, and you're looking to your right and left. You do the three-toed boogie, and you're hopping for your life. Well, now here comes a pickup, and it's kicking lots of dust. Oh, here comes a pickup
we must stay till he's past. Well, you better do the hop, hop, honey. You better do it fast. Here we get hopping now. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're hopping for your life. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're looking to your right and left. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're hopping for your life. Well, now over on the shoulder, waiting for those cars to pass. 2, 3, 4. Over on the shoulder, we must stay and have no fear. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're waiting for the coast to clear. Oh, look at you hopping. Real fine. That one with the long legs. Woo! There she is. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're hopping for your life. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're looking to your right. You do the three-toe boogie, and you're hopping for your, hopping for your. You're hopping for your life. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. How y'all doing? I'll play another original tune. This is kind of along the blues lines as well. So how y'all doing anyways? Let me tell you about my day. Well, I'm feeling kind of down and kind of blue and rather busted. Don't you know that I just can't be trusted? I'm a dirty old man. A dirty old man. And I won't be coming home again. Well, now here comes Sally with a red dress on. You give her 50 and she'll sing you a sweet song. I'm a dirty old man, yes I am. A dirty old man. And I won't be coming home again. Not for sure. Well, my mama and papa said you better slow down, son. You've been hanging around the dirty part of town. Become a dirty old man, yes I am. A dirty old man. And I won't be coming home again. Papa said, son, you won't be coming home again. Mama cried, you won't be coming home. 'Cause you're just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, 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 just a little bit. I feel kind of down and kind of blue and rather busted. And don't you know that I just can't be trusted? I'm a dirty old man, yes I am. A dirty old man. And I won't be coming home again. Nope. I won't be coming home again. Not at all. I won't be coming home. 'Cause I'm just a little bit dirty. Just a little bit. 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 Dirty. Wow, I better get cleaned up then. Well, you know, it's funny how the years go by, and you're young, You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're charming. And somewhere down the line, something all happened. It seems like just happens kind of overnight, and that's kind of what this song's like. So let me sing it for you, and you'll find out. Well, my body could use a little slimming. I keep my shirt on when I go swimming. I ain't seen my feet since 1984. The old lady wants a roll in the hay. We turn the lights down all the way, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep-fried, double-wide virgin. I'm the man I was before. If I keep on doing like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. Well, I used to be a hell of a man. I chopped wood with just one hand. I can't do the things I've done before. Well, it all happened kinda slow. I guess I kinda let myself go. I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep-fried, double-wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on doing like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. Well, each and every passing year came a lot of French fries and beer. My belly hung a little closer to the floor. Now my belly's as big as a truck, and the old lady, she don't wanna, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep-fried, double-wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on doing like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. I don't look good naked. We don't look good naked. Keep our clothes on, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. And it's not the truth. Well, you know, there's a lot of songs in this world that are made, and a lot of great people have made these songs. This one is a Leonard Cohen cover that I do, and it's real special to me. This song is it's one of those ones that goes out to you. It goes out to the ones I love. Me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. Dance me the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. of us above. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. I love this audience. And you out there too, all the live people checking this out. Hey, you know, what an awesome thing. Just all right. This is an old song, really old, like older than me. I heard that. Older than dirt, I know. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. You might be still in the rock form. My girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun never shines, we'll shiver the whole night through. My daddy was a railroad man, killed 1.5 miles from here. His head was found in a driver's wheel. His body was never found. In the pines, where the sun never shines, we'll shiver the whole night through. You have caused me to weep, you have caused me to mourn, you have caused me to lose my home. My girl, where'd you sleep last night? Not even your mother knows. In the pines, where the sun never shines, we'll shiver when the cold winds blow. There is a house in New Orleans, and they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many on poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans, and my father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Well, the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a strong And the only time he'll be satisfied is when he's all drunk. I got one foot on the platform, oh, and the other foot is left on the ground. And I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain, where there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many young poor boys, and God, I know. In the pines, where the sun never shines, we'll shiver when the cold wind blows. Wow. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I could do that again. No, I'll play a different song. You know, I like writing music and I like playing my own music, but I know that a lot of people don't always understand the music that musicians come up with, but at some point after you've heard them enough times, they start to make sense to you. But I've never made sense to my wife, so I don't know if I'm making sense now. I'm getting the look. Whoops. There it is. I remember when the days were long, roll beneath the deep blue sky. Didn't have a care in the world, with mommy, daddy standing by. Happily ever after fails, we've been poisoned by these fairy tales. Lawyers dwell on small details since daddy had to fly. I know a place where we can go that's still untouched by man. We'll sit and watch the clouds go by and the tall grass wave in the wind. You can lay your head back on the ground and let your head fall all around me. Offer up your best defense, 'cause this is the end. This is the end of this innocence. Oh, beautiful spacious skies, now the skies are threatening. But beaten plowshares into swords, the tired old man we elected king. Armchair warriors often fail, they've been poisoned by these fairy tales. Lawyers
always clean up all details since Daddy had to lie. I know a place we can go that's still untouched by man. We'll sit and watch the clouds go by, the tall grass wave in the wind. You can lay your head back on the ground, let your head fall all around me. Offer up your best defense, 'cause this is the end. This is the end of this innocence. Who knows how long this will last? How we come so far and so fast. But somewhere back there in the dust, the same small town in each of us, Missachi Lake. So I need you to remember this. So baby, give me one kiss. Let me take a long last look before we say goodbye. Just lay your head back on the ground. Let your hair fall all around me. Offer up your best defense. Offer up your best defense. 'Cause this is the end. This is the end of this innocence. Yeah. Ooh. Thank you.
That's very cool.
Thank you very much.
Notice my mask that Georgia made?
It's scary.
Even smells like marijuana. Just joking. Hey, everybody, that was just Kent Ball. That's pretty good for our noon hour on our day 2 of the Lunch in the Dark. I love that name, Lunch in the Dark. It's not that dark. Well, anyway. It is when you're in here. If you haven't been to the showroom, make sure you try and get down. I know that Marsha was just here. She showed up for part of her part of the show. She's got a business down the street. Helped her with her lunch hour. And I guess next week the city has given some money to the DDBIA, and they're going to be broadcasting our shows in that little park on Station Street. Well, we have tables set out, so you can go grab a lunch from downtown somewhere, any of our downtown restaurants, cafes, and then go sit there and actually kind of feel like you're part of a festival. And it'll all be socially distanced. And there'll be someone there monitoring and make sure, and we'll have a Wi-Fi. I'll catch our show and put it out there. It'll be kind of cool. It's kind of neat to see the community coming together like this. And I want to thank you, Kent, again for coming down. You got another show, don't you?
Yeah. I'm coming up again in July.
Good. July.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. So not just around the corner.
This
but
39 days of July really, it's starting to get to me now, and I realize I do have a whole community walking around thinking that there's 30, or telling everyone that there is 39 days in July.
Absolutely,
Okay,
there's
really
39 days in July.
Like this is day 5.
Day
So
5.
once we get into July, like July 4th is, or July 6th is the 11th day.
I think I got all the fits.
And it starts getting all really confused, but it all works out. We'll see him again. He'll be here sometime in July.
Thank you very much,
Check out our
John.
schedule on www.39daysofjuly.ca. CA for Canada. That's where we are. We're not in the States.
Thank you.
Nope, we aren't. And we've been able to get kind of a flat curve right now, a flatness in our COVID cases happening in BC, specifically on the island. And even though we are opening up a little bit into phase 3, it does not necessarily mean that we're safe. So we have to always maintain that degree of safeness and social distancing while you're in the showroom and things like that. And we do have masks at the front door if you want one. If you come to a show and you feel that you want to wear one, it's not a problem. You go ahead. We have them here for you. We have hand cleanser at the for the performers and for the front when you come in the door. We'd prefer that you would do that just in case. Well, you know, got to be careful. That's all I got to say. Still. And next we got Without a Net coming up, and they're going to be a couple of minutes getting set up. We're going to let Kent get off the stage first, sir. Good. And there's stairs over here. You want to come up these stairs on the side. They're a lot. It's even got a handle over here. Yeah. It's easier that way, trust me. Anyway, 39 Days of July, day 5. We're going to be doing another show for the Luncheon of Dark. That'll be finished at 2 o'clock, and then we take a 2-hour break. And then we're back with Wilma will be here, and then we got Mark Krissinger's on at 5 o'clock. Mark Comfort, that's pretty neat having two Marks beside each other. Mark's a harmonica player. He used to play with the Kingpins and various other people down in Victoria. And he's got a solo show he wants to bring up. And then I asked Brent Hutchison to put together a little blues band for the occasion, and he's done so. So they're going to be on at 7 o'clock tonight to end off the whole evening of blues on Tuesday. It's just so much fun, and I hope some of you did catch last night. Our Mondays at 9, we had a small glitch, but don't you worry about it. As Tim said, just close your eyes and listen to the music. Camille Miller was a superb performer, and she specifically did that show last night just for us. Stayed up, her and Ted stayed up the whole night before working on it, trying to get it all working. But we learned so much each and every time. And it's all that we're trying to do is bring the best we can to you to make sure that you understand that music really helps make a community come together as a community. We're going to show you a commercial or two right now, and then we're going to put on some music that is recorded here live at the showroom while we get Without a Net all organized to be on stage. Thanks very much for tuning in. See you shortly.
Hi, we'll have a medium dark roast and a large half-calf latte with soy.
If you can customize your coffee, why wouldn't you customize your mattress?
At Rest House, we can customize your mattress to any level of firmness or softness on both sides. You each get what you want. No one has to compromise or suffer. All of our products are made with natural and luxurious materials. A better sleep starts at resthouse.ca.
Your skin tells the story of your life. Each page texturing your experience. Wherever you find yourself, take pride in speaking your truth. Discover a love just for you. Give your skin the love of nature's beauty.
mosquitos son tan grandes como un dragón. Y en Italia los mosquitos son tan grandes como un matón. Ay, pican ahí como pican, pero no queman como este sol. Pican ahí como pican, pero no queman como este sol. Evita el sol con este protector. Evita el sol con este protector. Ay, mami, evita el sol con este protector. Quiero que evita el sol. Te pongo un protector. Flash de run, de guitar player. No te teletubices arriba hasta el cielo. El que no salta es un teletubi. El que no salta es un teletubi. El que no salta a bailar, sácala. Vamos, pico. En una playa en Jamaica, un rasta nos conectó. En una rasta en Jamaica, una playa nos sonrió. Cuando vayan a la costa, no se olviden del protector. Como no hicimos caso, nos quemamos con este sol. Evita el sol con este protector. Evita el sol con este protector. Ay, mami, evita el sol con este protector. Que lo que evita el sol. Te pongo un reggaetón, reggaetón, reggaetón. Govinda Gopala, Kaya Kaya. Govinda Gopala, Kaya Kaya. Govinda Kaya Kaya, Gopala Kaya Kaya. Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Kaya Kaya. Govinda Kaya Kaya, Gopala Kaya Kaya. Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Kaya Kaya. Govinda Kaya Kaya, Gopala Kaya Kaya. Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Kaya Kaya. Govinda Kaya Kaya, Gopala Kaya Kaya. Radha Ramana Hare. Directamente desde Córdoba para todo el universo. Estangados, una banda de payasos. ¡Canten, che! Entre perfume que vuelve en la calle y hace recordar que ayer callé para no sudar. La conexión con los pájaros y el viento dentro del tiempo, solo la siento al despertar. Usa cremallera, usa pantalón, usa protección, ponete el condón. Usa acuarela, tinta con crayón, pensa en entangados, pensa en un color. Usa la cabeza y bikini muy top, baila con la vida sintiendo el calor. Sentí este presente, brilla como el sol. Si estás este mundo que sea con amor. Respira el sol, ponete protector. Respira el sol, ponete protector. Respira el sol, ponete protector. Respira el sol. A bailar que se acabe el mundo.
pongo protector.
Yeah, that was on Tungados, wasn't it not? Weren't they a part of the festival for a couple years? Yes, there's been a whole, because we have the 39 days of July, like this year there's 277 or 78, no, because of the ones we're doing out, there's 280 slotted hours of entertainment this year. Usually we're in the 350, 345, but we had to cut back a bit this year because we're doing it indoors. All in 39 days. It's like running a marathon every day. But what happens is a whole bunch of people get to come and perform here, and the ones from out of town take all this information out to the world saying, hey, Duncan, it's a rather fun place to be, you know? And that's what we're trying to prove. Part of our Lunch in the Park, in Lunch in the Dark, as Lunch in the Park, I've had these guys, for 7 or 8 years? Ever since we started.
I think
almost.
we missed the first year.
You missed the first one, but after that, they've been a part of this. I call it when klezmer meets Irish.
We're not doing any of those today.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
And when it does, and they cohabitate, the greatest things come out of it. And I'll guarantee you that part of it's going to be political, because folk music is about the folks, by the folks, for the folks. Right?
It's about life.
It's about life.
And life is politics.
And life is politics. And this guy knows it all about that end of it. But anyway, without a net, you can only understand what that means. They're going to give you 45 minutes of entertainment. Please give them a good listen.
Okay. Well, we're going to start out with one that I wrote a long time ago. Everything we're doing today is a self-written piece. We're playing twice more. Next time we're going to do songs we wish we'd written. This first song is the result of being the child of 2 journalists. My father was the political reporter in Victoria for the Vancouver Sun when I was born, and my mother was covering for the CBC. So I learned a lot earlier than most kids never to let the media know what you're up to. I used to be famous a long time ago, on the 6 o'clock news every day. My photograph flashed on your video screen, the picture of moral decay. The media called me a desperate man, the #1 most wanted man in the land. Newsweek was sure I had terrorist plans. Reader's Digest announced I was gay. But Rolling Stone made me a hero, and High Times proclaimed me a god. Though the straight-laced eschewed me, Playboy interviewed me, and I owed all my fame to the law. Now if I'd sold tobacco to a cancer-prone public, my affairs would have caused no alarm. Or peddled martinis to drunken commuters, there'd have been no perceived social harm. But since I shipped kilograms over the border, Time Life claimed I challenged the whole social order. I was even condemned in the Tucson Recorder, who believed I was smuggling arms. The Watchtower said I broke God's commandments. I'd be struck by the Lord's vengeful hand, for the sole legislation that I recognized was the law of supply and demand. One night just before moonrise on the Rio Grande, I thought I spied something ahead. Could be federales, could be a hijack, could be that I'm busted or dead. So I raised my Winchester and took a close aim, prepared to go through them or go down in flames, when a voice in the night started calling my name, and these are the words that it said. This is Mike Wallace from 60 Minutes. Can you spare us an hour or so? We've had questions to ask about shipments of grass, and we're told you're a man who might know. So I ran to the river and threw myself in, where the current could carry me east. Sure that I'd better hide me away for 10 years, that's a decade at least. see, smuggling's like boxing, it's duck weave and bob. You can dodge the police, you can deal with the mob, but once you're good copy, best find a straight job, for the press will not leave you in peace. Yes, Rolling Stone made me a hero, and High Times proclaimed me a star, but unless you smoke homegrown, it's best to stay unknown, 'cause you're screwed once they know who you are.
That was the clean version.
That was the clean version, yes. You can never tell if there's kids in the audience.
That's right.
Or evangelicals.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, you know that's a real old one because it's Mike Wallace.
Right.
No, but you don't want to continually be uprighting these things. So
All right. 3 chords.
3 chords. This is the first song we wrote after moving
He wrote.
to Musashi Lake. I arrived there and I was fooling around on my banjo on the front porch, thinking about something Ron Gilmore, a Victoria musician, had said at a jam session the night before, which was, you can do a lot with 3 chords. So, I got to thinking about that, and so if you don't like the song, well, I'll give you Ron's address. He's in the phone book. Tell him, I'm sitting on the veranda, sipping on a cup of tea, jamming with the moon when I hear a tune building up inside of me. Ain't got no words yet, but you bet they'll be easy enough to score. You can do a lot with 3 chords. So I set my mind to wander, trying to let the lyrics come. I'm free associating, but really celebrating. 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. Ain't got no words yet, but you bet they'll be mightier than the sword. You can do a lot with 3 chords. Now I've gone and woke the wife up. She says,
What you trying to do? You wanna write a song, but it's taking all night long. Poor boy, what you going through?
ain't got no words yet.
But I'll bet they'll be admired and you'll be adored. You can do a lot with 3 chords.
Why don't you show us? Telephone is ringing, neighbors on the line, saying that's a catchy beat with the melody so sweet and the harmony so fine. Ain't got no words yet, but we bet they're gonna win you a Juno Award. You can do a lot with 3 chords. Black bear in the pear tree roars, give that horn a toot. Well, I've been here all day, and while you play, I'll process all your fruit. Ain't got no words yet, but you bet it'll please the omnivores. You can do a lot with 3 chords. apartment. Come a running 1, 2, 3. Say, that's a crazy song, makes us want to sing along. You got it on CD? Ain't got no words yet. But yeah, sure, you bet. How much can you afford? You can do a lot with 3 chords. Ain't got no words yet, but you bet every option will be explored. You can do a lot with 3 chords.
Thank you.
Now we're going to get political. Oh, and I'm holding the wrong guitar. This is the political guitar.
The first guitar he's playing is a flamenco guitar. And this one is called, what is this called?
It's a Celtic cross resophonic.
A Celtic cross resophonic. Neil Russell makes Celtic crosses. So he made this one for David.
I had a Del Vecchio. Del Vecchio made guitars back in the late 60s and beginnings of the 70s. They made flamenco guitars in Brazil. And they decided to diversify and sent away for a resonator kit. And they looked at it and they thought it was too expensive. They'd have to retool their plants. So they decided they would just put the resonator in a flamenco guitar, which they were already tooled up for, and never mind the design. So they put it in, and they made a couple of mistakes. For one thing, they put the resonator in upside down so that it resonates in instead of out. And a few other things, all of which kind of canceled out and produced a really nice sound, but they went bankrupt anyway, and no one cared anything about resophonic guitar, about the Del Vecchios, until this fella, Chet Atkins, found one in a pawn shop once and started playing on it, and all of a sudden these $100 guitars were worth several thousand if you can find them. And I lost mine in a fire in 1975 and couldn't find another one. The insurance company ended up paying me out. And I was telling Neil Russell this at the Victoria Folk Club one time, and he had his device with him, and he found some Wi-Fi, and he looked it up, and he said, I can make you one of those for $1,500. The difference is this is made out of Australian lacewood and nickel chrome, but this is made in Victoria. It fits in the 100-mile limit.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Anyway,
local.
so we're writing, this is a song called Drug on the Market, which I wrote for the Corporate Golden Piggy Awards. And it's about using Paxil as a children's tranquilizer. And I've used up all my intro time, so I can't explain it anymore. If your kid's depressed, repressed, obsessed, pubescent angst disturbs your rest, when you most need that little brat to chill. If he's untrained, cross-grained, left-brained, and surely ought to be restrained, then GlaxoSmithKline have got the right pill. Why should you be the one who takes the downer? It isn't you who's making all that noise. It isn't you who runs around, who fills the house with waves of sound and other people's little girls and boys. Why should you be the one who gets sedated? So when you take the Paxil off the shelf, rip off that childproof lid, give 3 to every kid, and maybe then you won't need one yourself. We've got Thorazine and Dexedrine and lots of chlorpromazine to make him be obedient and good. But if he's still loud and overacts. We'll slip the brat a little Paxil to help him have a happy, fuller childhood. Why should you be the one who takes the downer? It isn't you who's making all that noise. It isn't you who runs around, who fills the house with waves of sound and other people's little girls and boys. Why should you be the one who gets sedated? So when you take the Paxil off the shelf, rip off that childproof lid, give 5 to every kid, and maybe then you won't need one yourself. If your kid's disturbed and nerd, Paxil is the magic word to make a mom's anxieties disappear. We've got a shrink who thinks this pink pill made by GlaxoSmithKline Inc. will take you from frazzled to Mom of the Year. Why should you be the one who takes the downer? It isn't you who's making all that noise. It isn't you who runs around, who fills the house with waves of sound and other people's little girls and boys. Why should you be the one who gets sedated? So when you take the Paxil off the shelf, rip off that childproof lid, give 10 to every kid, and maybe then you won't need one yourself. Why should you be the one who takes the downer? It isn't you who's making all that noise. It isn't you who runs around, who fills the house with waves of sound and other people's little girls and boys. Why should you be the one who gets sedated? So when you take the Paxil off the shelf, rip off that childproof lid, give lots to every kid, and maybe then you won't need one yourself. Yes, if your cherub shows ingratitude, he isn't bad, just ill. And if he gives you attitude, give him the pill.
Thank you.
To cover myself legally, I need to point out that to help him have a happy, fuller childhood is copyright GlaxoSmithKline Incorporated. I still don't understand how giving kids drugs is going to teach them normal behaviors.
There isn't such a thing
As a normal child?
as normal behavior.
I remember when I was a kid, I read something John Lennon had written, and he said he was completely normal. N-O-R-B-M-A-L.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, so
So David has written one for. Oh, are we doing free trade tirade?
I was all getting, yeah.
Yeah, we don't use instruments for this next one,
Yeah.
but we got to get the right key, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some folks like their coffee strong enough to melt the spoon. Others pour in cream till it's the color of the moon. Some drink theirs in roadside cafes, catering to trucks, where it's black as unchanged motor oil and 60% muck. Many have the buzz removed because they value slumber. Yuppies swarm the bistro, swilling lattes beyond number. But if that isn't fair trade, coffee you a drinkin', I have to ask you just what the Starbucks you are thinking. When you shop the big box store to save a couple quid, does it occur to you that stuff was made by sweatshop kids? It used to be made hereabouts by your friends and neighbors until the work was outsourced so the boss could save on labor. Now it's made in China where job standards are relaxed, and the guy next door is unemployed with no income to tax. So you are paying more because your neighbor's out of luck, and because you went to Walmart to save a couple bucks. As long as we're content with bread and tickets to the circus, the boss will undervalue, underpay, and overwork us. But if some fella's organized to see they're fairly paid, he'll move the workplace far away and tell them that's fair trade. He'll take the profits all have earned and keep them for himself, and send us foreign goods to fill the box store shelves where you think you got a bargain. But let me tell you, brother, that working men get screwed when they exploit each other.
There. That's his dryland chanty.
The free trade tirade. And I should point out, as someone who once bargained provincial collective agreements for healthcare workers, that it's really fine and dandy now, looking back, and seeing how much people are talking about how we're so important now. And I just hope they remember that the next time they have to sit down at the bargaining table with us and tell us that housekeepers and food service workers are performing hotel functions.
Uh-oh. There's another tirade in there.
Yeah, there's another tirade in there. I feel real appreciated. Anyway, while we're streaming, so a shout out to all of the people in the hospitals, but particularly my brothers and sisters who work in central supply and sterilization. Everyone talks about the doctors and the nurses, but when the instruments have been used and must be reprocessed and re-sterilized, it's the guys in central processing, and guys is a generic term because most of us are women, who clean the guts and grime and deal with the worst diseases. It's probably why, after 20 years in the decontam sink, I'm not afraid of catching anything. I got an immune system that frightens the plague. Anyway,
So the next one.
the love songs. We're going to do a couple of love
Someone
songs.
asked David why he hasn't written any love songs. So he scratched his head and came up with this one, thinking of Gordon Campbell at the time.
Yeah, this is one. I should really get in trouble for this one because I tell the truth in it.
How would Gordon Campbell have made up a love song?
This is, I was channeling for Gordon Campbell. I had bargained a contract with the man and was feeling somewhat less than honest, so I told the truth. This is, ladies, this is what the guys are really thinking. Lit by moonlight love, on a night bad poets dream of, and my need cuts me like a knife. So I'll promise anything, fine rules and golden rings, swear virtues in verse I praise, with overused old cliches, your heart to stir within your breast. Please try to understand here, the next part of the plan, dear, is where you slipping off that dress. Take off that lovely bonnet, forgive this painful sonnet, forget your troubles and your strife. Give me your cherished treasure, you can repent at leisure, for I've been a liar all my life. Needless to say, that was not well received by my most important audience.
No?
No,
Who was that?
you hated it.
No.
Oh, yeah, well, at the time,
No.
everyone said, that's not much of a love song, is it?
I like that song.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
not at the time. But I made it
I
up.
think I did.
So now we're going to do, I think this was the third attempt at a love song. I finally got it right, so I stopped. Unfortunately, it's a waltz. Any good love song really needs to be a waltz or a tango, one or the other. The happy ones are waltzes and the unhappy ones are tangos. But I needed to write an instrumental bridge. If I don't write an instrumental bridge, Mary thinks I don't love her anymore. And so I have to write an instrumental bridge. And I had to write a waltz, and unfortunately, all the waltzes I wrote sounded like cheap rip-offs of Strauss. So I decided I would just rip Strauss off. When you get to the bridge, you'll know it's the part I didn't write. Shall we dance this waltz together? Can we match our steps in time? Might we lend the music meaning? Must our lives be pantomime? Shall we Charleston or Gavotte? Perhaps persuade the fox to trot? Joined in body and in thought, might we let our libretti rhyme? Underneath these flesh disguises, beat two hearts in tandem pace. Dare we share a few surprises? Join a set and take our place. Shall we let our spirits soar, moving out across the floor to worship whirling terpsichore and seek her special state of grace? Shall we dance à l'outrance? Shall we make ourselves a pair? Shall we prance while entranced? We gambol through the air. Shall we cling as we swing toward the waiting sky? Are these feet? Are they wings? They could teach the birds to fly. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? as Harlequin, would you be my Columbine? Now the orchestra's in tune, clouds no more obscure the moon. Darling, can you doubt that soon beneath its light we'll be entwined? Shall we dance à l'outrance? Shall we make ourselves a pair? Shall we prance while entranced? We gambol through the air. Shall we cling as we swing toward the waiting sky? Are these feet? No, they're wings. They could teach the birds to fly. Shall we dance à l'outrance? Shall we make ourselves a pair? Shall we prance while entranced? We gambol through the air. Shall we cling as we swing and do this thing in style? May I offer this ring as we tango down the aisle? Shall we dance? 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 Okay. Fair Nancy, okay. We haven't timed this, so you got to give us a little notice when we're running out. This is a song I wrote because someone else told me a story. The old vets never talk, and at least not when anyone is listening, but I was climbing a mountain with two instructors, and we got to the top of the mountain, and one of the guys I was with said, "I guess this is what tired feels like." And Mr. Letts turned to Mr. Hume and said, "Is this what tired feels like?" And Mr. Hume said, "I mind what tired feels like. This isn't tired. What do you think tired's like?" And Mr. Letts said, "Well, I was tired at Tobruk." And Mr. Hume said, "Well, I was tired at Dunkirk." And Letts said, "Oh, I was at Dunkirk too," and told how he had been picked up on the Portsmouth water taxi by a terrified guy. And it's like the taxis in Victoria with the little boat. And he was terrified because when he got home, the dispatcher was going to kill him because he'd told him not to go. And I thought no one was going to beat that story. And then Mr. Hume came up with this. And I carried this around for years before one day it turned into a song. This is how Mr. David Allen Hume, late of Oak Bay, spent his summer vacation. My dad was from Devon, born in Torquay, and he had a wee boat we would sail in Lamb Bay, with a foam at her bow and her sails spread like wings. We'd sit by the tiller together to sing. Fair Nancy's a bit old and broad in the beam. She's showing her years, but still sound in the seams. Whatever the weather, wherever you roam, it's Nancy, fair Nancy will carry you home. I remember the time when a squall took us ill. 'Twas doubtless to me we could head Portland Bill, but me dad, the best seaman from Cornwall to Kent, he weathered her handsome and sang as he went. Fair Nancy's a bit old and broad in the beam. She's showing her years, but still sound in the seams. Whatever the weather, wherever you go, it's Nancy, fair Nancy will carry you home. So it's off then to Sandhurst to make me a man, to fight for my country as ever I can. But in the dark and the waiting, I still close my eyes and see my fair Nancy by the quay where she lies. Fair Nancy's a bit old and broad in the beam. She's showing her years, but still sound in the seams. Whatever the weather, wherever you roam, it's Nancy, fair Nancy will carry you home. Then came the night where the Wehrmacht broke through. The front had collapsed, there was nothing to do but fall back on Ostend, Dunkirk and Calais, and pray that the Navy could salvage the day. Pressed by Panzer and Stuka, we fell back on the beach, with England in sight and the world out of reach. A mere 7 leagues crossed the Dover's white cape, and us in the dunes with no hope of escape. Then through the smoke came the true British fleet to rescue us all from the ruin of defeat, and from a green clinker with faded red sail, the voice I loved most let loose with his hail. Fair Nancy's a bit old and broad in the beam. She's showing her years, but still sound in the seams. Whatever the weather, wherever you go,
It's Nancy, Nancy will carry you home.
So I scrambled aboard with a crewmate or 5, astonished to end the day free and alive, with a course set for home and the wind blowing strong. My dad by the tiller singing his song. Fair Nancy's a bit old and broad in the beam. She's showing her years, but still sound in the seams. Whatever the weather, wherever you roam, it's Nancy, fair Nancy will carry you home. Whatever the weather, wherever you roam, it's Nancy, fair Nancy will carry you home.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Hume was one of the more remarkable guys I ever met in my life. He was also a support climber for Edmund Hillary at Everest in '52.
How's our time?
How's our time? Oh, good. Good. Now all I have to do is figure out where I put the lyrics. I can never remember the darn lyrics. I didn't put them in order. This is another case of, I wrote a song, this song I wrote, and I did not put an instrumental verse in it. And
Have a new instrument.
I've told you what happens when I do that, because Mary doesn't like it when there's no instrumental verse. So she wrote her own, The Zen Castanets. We inherited a dog. We live in Massachi Lake, and there's a little dog who lived down the street. And his owner had a heart attack and ended up in the hospital for 9 months, and we looked after this dog. And I've never had a dog before. And found this dog took a little adjusting to, which is just as well, because we ended up with him permanently later on. And we cannot practice this song at home because he gets his feelings hurt. So are those, what key are those? Is that a B flat? Yeah. Don't look at me that way. I won't be fooled today. The evidence is clear. Those innocent brown eyes simply can't disguise what happened here. Somehow you made it past the closed door. Found the marijuana in my underwear drawer. Rolled in it all over the bedroom floor. You're a bad dog. Then you got the munchies and ate up all the crunchies in the cat dish. Jumped up on the counter and had a close encounter with the white fish. Of course, the kitchen was completely sprayed when you tried to shake off all the marinade. It's gonna take a week to clean the mess you made. You're a bad, bad dog. Bad dog, you're first completely filthy. Bad dog, you couldn't look more guilty. Bad dog, soaked in teriyaki. I bet you think that now I'm home, I'll take you for your walkies. Once your fur was spiked and sticky. I wonder just how quickly you jumped on that couch and burrowed deep to push in underneath the cushions to hide that trout. You seem to think this bath is meant to be a treat, and after that we're going walking down the street, 'cause after eating every puppy must excrete. You're a bad, bad dog. Bad dog, you're first completely filthy. Bad dog, you couldn't look more guilty. Bad dog, soaked in teriyaki. I bet you think that now I'm home, I'll take you for your walkies. When you went into the closet to leave that small deposit, did you see my suit? Did it catch your eye, hanging up so high like a juicy fruit? In retrospect, I should have known that if I left you home without a chaperone, you would end up chewing on my herringbone. You're a bad, bad dog. Bad dog, you may be pedigreed. Bad dog, but that was Harris Tweed. Bad dog, it was hand sewn in Milwaukee. I bet you think that now I'm home, we're gonna go for walkies. Bad dog, your biggest attribute. Bad dog, you're so goddamn cute. Bad dog, don't you get so cocky. Once I get this mess cleaned up, I'll take you for your walkies. You're a bad, 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 bad dog. He is kind of cute, though.
Yeah, he is cute.
The set list says
He's smart.
mushrooms and Bull McGregor. That's probably more than 10 minutes.
Which one do you want to remember? What have we got? 5 minutes left? One
Oh,
more.
why don't we do Bull McGregor? Somebody asked me once, because we play klezmer music a lot, you know, because I'm Jewish, and Mary is Scots. So Scots, in fact, that she's almost incapacitated. And what kind of children would we have had? And I got to thinking about that and came up with the tale of Bull McGregor.
Which mic should I use?
Yeah, the old saying is if you have to amp the clarinet, you're playing too damn loud. The
I know,
band
but
is
it's
playing too
it's
loud.
important, so- All right. Oh, really? Okay.
I watched a Celtic band tuning on for an open air concert. Ashley McIsaac was actually the fiddler, and I didn't take the sound check that seriously until they started sound checking the bagpipe player, because I thought, how loud is that band gonna play?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the best sound check I ever heard. Ashley McIsaac does 20-minute sound checks.
Yeah, it was great.
Hot damn. That's not the right key.
Yeah.
Okay. MacGregor was born in the Highlands, but his father had married a Jew. But all through his life, when he played on the pipes, a hint of the klezmer came through. When war came, MacGregor was ready, was first in the line to enlist. And since he spoke broad Scots, he went to the Black Watch, where the piping sounds something like this. When our hero arrived at the depot, his pipes midst the rest of his gear, the pipe major said, I could use a good lad, take him out now and let us all hear. So MacGregor, he pulled out his bagpipes, tucked the bellows and pumped till they brayed. And as the air moaned through his chanter and drones, this was the tune that he played. The pipe major shuddered in horror. You play like a heathen, he said. If you ever play with these troops underway, it'll mean my poor body is dead. So MacGregor became a mechanic and trained for a war in the ranks. His defective arches could not take the marches, so he ended up driving a tank. Those missions went far in the desert. He was not an adventurous type. Still his crewmates were deaf, and at night he was left to perfect his skill on the pipes. One day as the morning was breaking, MacGregor was piping the sky. When over the dunes past the vanishing moon, he detected a plaintive reply. He awakened his mates with a klaxon, fired the engine and threw it in gear. And the closer he drew, both he and the crew heard the sounds of the battle draw near. They arrived at the climactic moment, and the regiment found itself saved by some nearly deaf tankers and a half Yiddish ranker with his own take on Scotland the brave. As the Black Watch charged out of the trenches, the pipe major leading the way, he said to MacGregor, you half Heelands beggar, just this once, we'll do it your way. That concludes the show. If you go to Perth, Scotland, and visit the Black Watch Museum and see the pipe major's stored regalia, Well, that belonged to Mary's grandfather.
My granddad.
Wow. History abounds. We learned so much just from the 39 days of July. Hi, June. How are you doing? That's good. Hey, this is the 39 days of July. It's day 5. We just finished our Lunch in the Dark series. 2 hours of music, one at noon, one at 1 o'clock, to get us through that lunch hour. Now we're going to get ready for a 2-hour break. And then we're coming back with blues on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And unfortunately, I just got a message that Wilma's in the hospital. So we're going to be looking for someone to fill in for that hour. And I hope she, whatever it is the problem, that she gets better real soon. She is in an elder fashion. And I know how much she really wanted to be here. So we'll figure out something. But here we are at the end of the Lunch in the Dark series. So I'm going to get maybe an ad or two put up, maybe a commercial. And then we're going to take a break. We go off air for 2 hours. That doesn't mean you have to forget about us. It just means you have to come back at 4 o'clock and sign all in again and realize that we're here to have nothing but a really good time. 39 days of July 2020, full stream ahead. You take it away, Dr. Ted Cadillac.
There's a place in the heart of a valley, surrounded by nature and drenched in beauty, with a soul that feels like home. A land as warm as its embrace. We welcome you.
Where are we going today?
The Red Balloon. They've got something for everyone. Toys, games, and activities for every imagination.
Babies, toddlers, kids, and grown-ups too. All the best board games, puzzles, and card games to choose from. Look out for the monsters! You can even learn about the mysteries of science. And if that doesn't do the trick, maybe some magic will do.
The Red Balloon Toy Shop. Quality toys for the inquiring mind.
To lose both my parents, I've had to give away and dance